Pope Leo XIV offered to host and facilitate peace talks among countries at war, calling for world leaders to meet, talk, negotiate, during an address to Eastern Rite Catholics at the Vatican today. Welcome to EduPrime Hub for more information. His Holiness Pope Leo XIV called for global leaders and that he will make every effort so that this peace may prevail, Leo said on May 14. The Holy See is always ready to help bring enemies together, so that people everywhere may once more find hope and recover the dignity they deserve, which is dignity of peace. The pontiff appealed to all global leaders to engage in diplomacy before resorting to combat. War is never inevitable, Leo said. Weapons can and must be silenced, for they do not resolve problems but only increase them. Those who make history are the peacemakers, not those who sow seeds of suffering, he said. Pope Leo XIV rejected notions that divide people into good and evil, saying our neighbors are not first our enemies, but our fellow human beings, not criminals to be hated, but other men and women with whom we can speak. He called for the rejection of what he described as Manichaean notions, which he said only perpetuate violence and division. The Pope also affirmed the Catholic Church's commitment to peace. The Church will never be tired of repeating, "Let weapons be silenced," he said. He expressed gratitude for those who, in silence, prayer and self-sacrifice, are sowing seeds of peace, mentioning Christians in the Middle East who remain in their homelands despite conflict and instability. He insisted that Christians must be allowed to stay in their native lands with all the rights needed for a secure existence. Pope Leo XIV began with the traditional Easter greeting, that Christ is risen and he has truly risen. He noted the importance of Eastern Rite Christian communities, highlighting their historical role as the birthplace of Christianity. He mentioned Pope Leo XIII's 1894 apostolic letter, Orientalium Dignitas, which recognized the dignity of Eastern churches and called for the preservation of their rites and traditions. The Pope acknowledged the challenges facing by Eastern Christians in the diaspora, citing war, persecution, and instability as reasons many have been forced to flee their homelands. The priceless heritage of the Eastern churches is being lost, Leo said. He urged the Vatican Dicastery for the Eastern churches to help define principles that would allow Eastern Catholics to preserve their traditions in the West. The loss of Eastern liturgical tradition is a serious concern, Leo said. He cautioned against Eastern Catholics assimilating into Western culture where they would lose their distinct identity. Preserving the Eastern rites is more important than is generally realized.